Step 3 to my teaching formula is impact. In this video, I'm going to show you one of my favorite drills on how you can improve your ability to make consistently solid contact so you can become a better ball striker. I'm Coach Andrew Banner with golfsolve.com. Please follow me on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Coach Andrew Banner. You can also like and subscribe to this channel. I'm going to deliver you a lot of education so you can become a more educated golfer and take your practice sessions to the golf course with ease. So what is impact? It's actually not just a position. P7 in the P model is impact by definition. But for me, as a coach, impact really starts happening from waist high in the downswing to impact to waist high in the follow through. The movement of the club from here to here, if we can become very consistent with that motion, impact in motion is what I call it, that's when you can become a really good ball striker. But we have to learn how to assess it first. We don't guess, we assess, and we know the outcome. If we want to hit push draws, we know what has to happen. And so I'm going to teach you how to be able to evaluate impact in motion from down the line, from face on, camera views, so you can have confidence and conviction when you look at your swing on video if you're doing it correctly. So what does impact look like? Well, we know what the pivot does. We've talked about this in step 1. At impact, we should have 90-10, weight forward, hands forward. So the glove hand should be on the inside of the lead thigh, which means there's forward shaft lean. And depending on where the ball position is still all going to be relevant to that handle is on the inside of the lead thigh at impact no matter what shot you're trying to hit. Even if I was trying to hit a fade, my handle would be in the same location. We're just changing where the ball is located in front of me. Other things that we're going to take a look at P7, impact, is the distance between the elbows. In a high handicap golfer, we typically see the most elbow bend at impact. But yet with a tour player, the distance is approximately 6 to 8 inches on average in between the elbows. We know that if your elbows are close together, your weight is forward, your hands are forward, we can start to play good golf. But if we also take a look at where the club was at P6 from this face-on view, shaft parallel to the ground from the face-on camera angle, the distance between my elbows is still 6 to 8 inches. The club head, we talked about impact, hands ahead of the club head. Guess what? Hands are still ahead of the club head here at P6. So all I have to do is transport this through body rotation, the pivot, and then again, post-impact at P8, when the shaft is parallel to the ground again, the club head is lagging behind my hands. So now you can understand that if I have the club in a good position at P6 and transport it to P7 and to P8, there's going to be a lot of efficiency going on here versus a high handicapper. We know that 97% of golfers are slicers, and their club head is outside of the hands at P6. Well, guess what? If the club is outside of my hands at P6, what does that mean at impact? Outside of the hands also means the club head is in front of the hands. So if I go to club face in front of the hands at P7, now the handle is no longer up at the lead thigh. This is what happens with inconsistent contact, adding loft to the face, hitting pull slices. Ball starts right, curves left for me as a left-handed golfer. And so, well, then if I take that to P8, I have the shortest distance between the butt of the club and my body, and the club head is in front of my hands. But yet a tour player at P8, when the shaft is parallel to the ground, arms are extended, elbows are close together, the butt of the club is super far away from me, the farthest it can be. And so when you think of that in a spectrum, if I just go P8, high handicapper, single-digit handicapper, tour player. Same thing going on here. So, tour player, and the handicap just starts going up the more the club head starts going that way. So how am I going to work on improving this so I can become a better ball striker? Well, I'm going to show you my favorite drill, and I'm going to build this in step by step. So we've already talked about what we're looking at to improve these positions. We want the club head lagging behind the hands. We also want the distance between our elbows to remain consistent from setup, 6 to 8 inches in between the elbows. And then when we're swinging back and through, and we're just talking about P6, P7, P8, the distance between the elbows remains the same. So why wouldn't I practice that motion at first, progression 1, without a golf ball? And let's confirm from a down the line perspective that when I do that, all right, set my elbows 6 to 8 inches apart. Going to make some reps here. Feeling like I'm swinging from shaft parallel to the ground to shaft parallel to the ground. That's all I'm doing. And I'm trying to do this through mostly using my pivot. Then I'm going to switch to the face-on camera view. Now I'm going to step away, look at the camera, and assess the video to make sure that I'm executing it correctly. What were those check marks from a down the line camera angle? We wanted to make sure the club head was inside of the hands. Impact, follow through. Hands should disappear in front of my body while the club head is still out in front of me. From a face-on view, what you're going to really see is at impact is the glove hand in front of the lead thigh as their forward shaft lean. And then post-impact are your arms the longest. Because if there's any kind of elbow bend here, you're changing the radius of the golf swing, which brings in all kinds of variables. Now, if we get 2 thumbs up on proper execution of that, then what I'm going to do is put the ball on a low tee, because I want to do this in progressions where I can build up your confidence and conviction in what you're doing. So now if the ball's on a low tee, I don't have one, but I'm going to show you anyways. You're going to start practicing rehearse. All right, step in. All right, that's a perfect push draw. You saw the ball start left and it had draw by a spin on it. And so that's all I'm going to do. Until I can do 10 of those in a row with solid contact, that's just part of the equation. Because if you've learned anything about me and my process, it always involves looking at your swing on video. Because just hitting a push draw is step 1. Making sure that the mechanics changed in my golf swing to produce that push draw is step 2. Because I know that if I made those changes and I look at it on video, my confidence and conviction starts to increase to say, okay, wow, Coach Andrew Banner told me to make this change through using this drill. I'm starting to see good results on the simulator, but I'm also seeing that I'm making those changes on video. You can imagine that if you go through that process, positive results, and then it's confirmed on video, is going to create confidence and conviction. So when you're on the golf course, you're going to know why. And then when things get a little outside of standard deviation, you start catching it a little heavy. You'll start knowing what adjustments need to be made so you can improve your golf swing step by step, going through my teaching formula: pivot, plane, impact, and power. So let's do this again. I'm going to step in and see if I can create some consistency here. So again, I've got my elbows 6 to 8 inches apart, making a rehearsal swing, keeping the elbows close together. Hit the exact same ball flight, and that's what golf is all about: consistency. So we're not guessing. Now I've seen positive results in my ability to make solid contact, hit the ball with efficient distance. I'm only taking it back to about parallel to parallel with the shaft. And then there's consistency on the curve of the golf ball. I mean, look at that. The lines are literally almost on top of each other. So you start doing this, you build up your confidence and conviction by executing results on the simulator, on the range, and then you confirm on video that you're doing it correctly, the mechanics are changing. I promise you, you're gonna see accelerated results in your ability to play better golf, and you're gonna have a heck of a lot more fun doing it because you're gonna have an education system supporting you in this process. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, Golf Solved, and follow me on my social media at Coach Andrew Banner. If you have any questions about this video, drop them in comments below and I'll be happy to answer.